Hit the link at the bottom of the screen to check out the entire show. Keep cashing. Go get him, Maxie. Come on, Maxie. Take us home, Max. Max, we roll on. More 7 p.m. Eastern action for you. And we head to the A10. St. Joseph's Hawks, 1-8, 0-3 in conference at Davidson Wildcats, 1-8. Oh, sorry. That's I did the record there twice for St. Joseph's. Davidson has a much better record than the sad sack St. Joseph's Hawks squad coming off their first win of the season. And who'd they have to play to get it? The Albany Great Danes. That's how low they had to go. We're in John M. Belk Arena in Davidson, North Carolina. St. Joseph, as I said, coming off that 67-64 win at home over Albany. They were 8-point favorites against lowly Albany Great Danes. Leading scorer Ryan Daly, whom we've talked about on the show, has missed the last 4 games. He's listed as questionable to go again in this one. St. Joseph's is outscored by an average of 14.9 points per game. They hit 41.1% from the field, just 28.8% from 3, and just 30. Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry. Writing some of these stats while I was watching the college football national championship. So there was a bit of a slip up there. Okay, let's keep rolling here. We go on to Davidson. We have Davidson as 13-point favorites, Max. This total at 145.5. Davidson coming off its second loss in 3 games, 89-78 in overtime at home to Dayton. Their defense is strong, allowing just 66.8 points per game. They have 3 players scoring over 14 points per game, led by senior guard Kalen Grady, who averages 17.3 points per game. He put up 27 against Dayton. Hyunjung Lee, whom we've talked about on the show, deadly 3-point shooter, averaging 15.4 points per game. That number has gone down because he's coming off an offer against Dayton. 0 points in 22 minutes and not on the floor when push came to shove in that game. Expecting a bounce-back spot from him against this lowly St. Joseph's Hawks squad. Max, take it away. A little A10 action for us. St. Joseph's Davidson.
Yeah, Jim, with the St. Joe's team, it's definitely a wait and see every day in every game that they play, waiting for Ryan Daly to make his return. I think in his absence, we've really seen the emergence and the good recruiting that's been done for the St. Joe's roster. Although they haven't turned it into wins in the win-loss category, they have done a good job of taking care of our bankroll. And I think when you look at this team coming off that Albany win, which was an added game due to some COVID stuff going on, I think it was really good for this team to win a game together on their home floor. I think that they won with defense, they won with good rebounding, and listen, there were times in the game that there were scoring droughts, and that's to be expected when you're missing your 17-plus point per game scorer, Ryan Daly. I think that with Jordan Hall, Jack Forrest, and Miles Douglas, you've all seen good development, positive development from these 3 players, and I think that they are going to be integral, in being able to stay in this game against Davidson. You're getting a very angry Davidson team. Davidson just lost to Dayton. Dayton had just lost to Fordham. So it may be some leapfrog stuff going on right now. Hopefully that's not the case, and St. Joe's able to play a competitive game against Davidson. With Davidson, they're going to want to turn this into a rock fight, and that's perfectly good with me. I like the under in this game. Unfortunately, I bet at 147.5, and I just really am getting to my threshold when it comes to the total at the numbers at right now. I think that with Davidson, they're better as a favorite, in my opinion, when it's like 5 to 6 points, 7 to 8 points. Now we're talking about more than a dozen. So it's definitely a situational rebound spot. I just don't know if this is just one too many points. With Davidson, they've done a fantastic job of taking care of the basketball in wins and losses, only averaging around 11 turnovers a game. And with 3 guys that can hit 35% or better from the three-point line, and your 3 top scorers hitting 70% or more from the free throw line, it's pretty hard to stop Grady, Hyjung Lee, and Carter Collins. I think that the difference in this game, and hopefully when it comes to the total, whether or not you bet the under on my say-so, is that we get good play from Luka Brachovic and Sam Menenga. These are two guys that are physical and can be very dominant inside, deter drivers, protect the rim if they can stay out of foul trouble. The one concern you run into with Davidson, and from our bets perspective, we want to happen, is for Davidson's depth to get tested. They have to keep it tight on the 3-point line. Otherwise, they're gonna be eating some crow pretty much. They have to be aggressive on ball handlers. Otherwise, St. Joe's going to be able to move it side to side, send it inside, and someone's going to try and get fouled and go to the rim. With Greg Foster, you're going to probably not have him because of COVID. So that's another piece that you're losing depth-wise. But he hasn't been shooting the basketball well, so it's good that he's not going to be in the lineup. I think that this is a perfect opportunity for Demir Bishop to have a strong offensive game and Canadian Anthony Longpre to work his red beard, red bush face onto the court, because you're going to need some size going up against Davidson. And frankly, this is the only guy that you got that you can really throw out there. I think that this is one too many points for Davidson as a favorite. I'm going to take St. Joe's as the dirty, greasy dog. And hopefully we serve lots of tears of regret to Davidson and not the other way around.
Your last dirty double-digit dog was a casher in Wake Forest, and I tailed it. It's 12.5 at a couple of these books, FanDuel, Bet365. It is 13 at Circa. So we'll start with that. St. Joseph's Hawks plus 13 at minus 110. And I know it has dropped down to 145.5, this total at Circa, and 146 at Bet365. But if you still wanted that under, it is 146.5 at FanDuel. That does come with minus 114 juice.
146.5. No, I'm not going to take it for the show. I think that it cashes. I'm too close to my threshold.
St. Joseph's Hawks at plus 13 at minus 110. A dirty double-digit dog from our man Maxwell Smart.